This is the Growth Strategist, Aldana Ambler, with your Growth Strategy Tip of the Week. And I've been asked to do more and more presentations recently on generational differences in the workforce. It's fascinating. You know, what's the strategic implication? It isn't just how do you communicate with one another. What do you do about a vanishing Generation X, because so many people have actually been lost in that generation through disease, through war, through violence. It's amazing. So you have a knowledge gap, and then the baby boomers needing to retire, wanting to retire, younger people, some not going into the same kind of positions as they did. So there's some real gaps in what's going on in some companies. Now, I do know that supervising Generation Y employees, now those are the people who were born after 1977, and the millennial employees, those are the ones born after 1991. Those pose some challenges for the baby boomers among us. And so one of my clients who had been fully frustrated, I'm going to give you some of his quotes. It's so funny. It isn't just that the younger employees have shorter attention spans and lack social skills and basic manners. The biggest challenge we see is that today's young people exhibit an odd mix of insecurity and cockiness. Wow, pretty strong words. One minute they're convinced that they know everything and they should be in charge. The next minute they don't know very, very, very basic aspects of the work to be done. They simply don't know what they don't know and don't care to learn it. Now, I'd like you to think about the person saying that. They're starting to write off that younger person as though that's hopeless. All right, so second phrase. As a result of that one factor, younger people think they deserve fascinating, high-paying positions with a degree of independence and authority before they have done anything to earn those jobs. And if they don't and can't easily land that one perfect, rewarding job, they actually give up and they settle for entry-level roles in fast food restaurants. How bright is that? This guy's really upset about it. And I think sometimes when he talks like this, he's frustrated with a family member. It's got to be. I've got 28 nieces and nephews, and I've seen a range of reactions to the challenges of unemployment. So I can see some of his frustrations. Let me go further. If your business is experiencing something similar to what this guy sounds like, I really would ask you not to ignore it. More and more executives are starting to realize that the disconnect between the various generations is soon going to stunt the business growth and their profitability because of the gap, the generational gap that I mentioned when I started. Many younger people crave the opportunity to create, and that's what I'd want you to tap into. If you install highly participative, interdisciplinary approaches to product development, that's one way to get and retain your younger employees. And no matter what their core jobs are, younger employees can often provide some new insights and ways to utilize technologies. And if your baby boomer managers can get past their negative assumptions or the provocative manner that the Generation Y and millennials make suggestions, you can actually talk to each other. In other words, a millennial might say, I don't know why you don't, and the baby boomer doesn't even want to hear the suggestion. So you have to try to get past that, hear the suggestion, and then later on talk about a better, more polite way to have said it. Your business can end up with some exciting ideas. If the cross-functional product development process that you're expected to go far enough with their analysis that they can present an actual business proposal. In other words, it's not enough to just say it's participative and you get young people to come in and say, why don't you do this and how come we don't, and I think we should do this. But they never had to think about the cost or the return on investment or some of the logistics of how. They won't learn enough about what goes into a business because it isn't just about them. But if it goes far enough to invite them to truly learn and they actually have to look at some transparent numbers, you might get some buy-in and you might get some fuller understanding and some retention of the younger people. So I think if you're opening up a little bit, it would give the younger people a reason to stay.